It's kind of crazy how my entire life has revolved around video journal machines. What used to be just a waste of PvP attacks is now gonna be the one thing that helps save the world. This master video journal machine will be able to send the message Clownpierce recorded to every other civilization. The message that I didn't get to be a part of. I'm not happy about it, but I guess being the one to share the message is equally important. Wait, what is this? Live broadcast? I haven't used the master video journal machine before, but I mean, I guess that kind of sounds like share, right? Yeah, it's gotta be the same thing. All right, I guess I'm live broadcasting this to everyone. Let's do this. I gotta say, this machine is the one thing in PvP Civilization that's never let me down. I mean, it just does everything. Communication, emotional reflection. It's just so cool. All right, is this thing working? Hey, it's me. Hey, it's me. Whoa, it's playing back my voice. Whoa, it's playing back my voice. Why is it playing back my... Wait, I'm live right now. That's what live broadcast means? I hit stop on the live broadcast as soon as possible, but the damage might have already been done. What is wrong with me? I just ruined the plan to save the world. Possibly. I don't know. What did I even say? I don't think I gave anything away, did I? Oh, I had one job to share a message, and I already messed it up. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna share the message, and I'm gonna hope that all of PvP Civilization just forgets about that. I opened the video journal machine and actually hit the right button this time. Now, Clownpierce's message was being broadcasted all over PvP Civilization, which is what should have been playing instead of a zoomed in shot of my face. So now it's time to fill the other diamond swords in on the entire plan to save the world. Because once Clownpierce's message finishes, the world's gonna change, and we're gonna have to be ready for it.
Hello, PvP Civilization. If you're seeing this message, I would like to apologize on behalf of the Axis for the losses suffered on all sides of this battle. The Axis and I now have possession over all 5 eternal weapons, and with each civilization being reduced to a fraction of what they once were, fighting back against us would be meaningless. Fortunately, we all serve to benefit from the eternal weapons. The first player to ever use the eternal weapons gave the swords the power to become immortal. I plan on using the eternal weapons to take that power away. After today, no player shall ever become a netherite sword again. However, that doesn't mean the swords are no longer a threat. The diamond sword that goes by the name of Evbo will still have the respawn ability.
Once Clownpierce uses the weapons, no natural-born sword will be able to become a netherite sword ever again, and all the other civilizations will know that I'm the one with the respawn ability.
Hold up, how is telling literally everyone about your power going to save the world? Now everyone is gonna come after you.
I don't get it. In your message, you're telling the entire world that I have the respawn ability. How is that gonna help us save PvP Civilization? That sounds like I'm just gonna die.
Saving everyone will only be possible if you're the common enemy. Only when the whole world is against you will you have the chance to prove you're not the enemy.
This has been Clownpierce's plan from the beginning, to have me be the common enemy for the bows, axes, and tridents. If all other civilizations are focused on getting rid of me, well, that's the attention I need if I'm gonna change their perceptions about the swords. But me becoming the target isn't just about saving the other diamond swords, it's about saving everyone. So before Clownpierce told me the rest of the plan, I already knew what the solution was. That's kind of the point. I need to be the target for this plan to work.
I understand your reasoning, but think about where this positions us. Protecting you will be a much harder task now that everyone has you as their target.
Well, that's why I'm not allowing you guys to fight, believe it or not. Your guys' job of protecting me is over. Well, actually, Parrot had an interesting addition to this plan, so it might not be entirely over. But the fight against the other civilizations is a fight that I can't have you guys be a part of. You guys protecting me won't help convince the other civilizations that the swords aren't the enemy, and you might die in the process.
Okay, but how are you going to survive this by yourself? Fighting one person is difficult as is. How are you going to defeat the bows, axes, and tridents?
I'm with you there. Fighting off 3 civilizations isn't exactly easy, but I never said I would be alone.
The fight to eliminate Evbo will be PvP Civilization's greatest battle. Not only can he respawn himself, but he has now shared his ability with a powerful ally. The diamond axe that goes by the name of Tabby has betrayed our own civilization by siding with Evbo, and now possesses the respawn ability herself. Both of these players need to be eliminated if we are to survive in PvP Civilization.
Quick, follow me!
Are you sure Tabby's gonna even go for this plan? I mean, what if she just decides that she's better off on her own? How do you know she'll protect me?
Because she cares about you. And now that I've given her the option of surviving by herself or surviving with you, I'm confident she will make the right choice.
Clownpierce lying about Tabby having the respawn power just to turn the whole world against her was pretty cruel, I had to admit. And he did that knowing Tabby would have to push aside her hatred for the swords if she wants to survive. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but, well, if it does, I guess I gotta thank my wingman Clownpierce for bringing back my best friend.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're gonna have Tabby be the one to help you fight against the world? You die every time you're with her.
No, actually the last time, I did not die, I'll have you know. And there's also no guarantee that she even follows through with this plan. Honestly, she might be strong enough to survive on her own without our help. But it's funny you bring up me dying around her because, well, if this plan's gonna work, I need to die. And strangely, Tabby's kind of the only one I trust to make that happen.
Both Tabby and Evbo will continue to respawn with every death, unless they are taken out by an eternal weapon. And while I possess all of them currently, they will be returned. Once I use the power of all 5 weapons, each one will appear back in its rightful civilization. And you all will have the strength to fight back against Evbo and Tabby. The world depends on your ability to fight alongside your enemies. So fight until you no longer know who your enemy is.
So this is the block then. The block that marks the center point of all 4 civilizations in this world. And this is gonna be the spot where I fight and die every single day for the rest of my life. But if all goes right, well, the fighting part goes away, only the dying stays. Honestly, it kind of seems counterintuitive to fight them before I'm purposely dying and giving them my sword durability. I mean, we could be doing this forever and all the other civilizations might not even recognize I'm trying to lengthen their lifespans.
Which is why this will take time. You'll have to win over and over again, but only to the point where they can no longer fight back.
Okay, but tell me why I can't just come right here and drop my sword on the ground? I mean, if I drop my sword, I'll die anyways, and it's a lot less threatening than fighting.
You don't die instantly after dropping your sword. An enemy could easily erase you while your guard is down. Tabby is your only guarantee that you'll respawn.
Clownpierce had a point. This plan only works with the absolute guarantee that I can respawn, so I can keep giving every player my durability. Alright, well, looks like Tabby's gonna be my best friend and my executioner.
This is insane. We can't let you do this. You know what it's like to be farmed for your durability, so why would you willingly give that opportunity to our enemies?
They're not our enemies. We have to stop thinking like that. They're all just people trying to survive in a system that gives them such little life to begin with. It's not their fault for thinking the swords are the enemy when the swords before us gave them no other choice than to resort to violence. But it would be my fault if I didn't give them the choice we have now. Even if we fight back and spare the other civilizations, it won't be enough to stop the cycle of violence. But me giving them my life over and over might actually end it.
So, when exactly did you become this philosophical?
Look, I've been telling you this from the start. Video journaling and self-reflection goes a long way.
If this really is the plan, and you think it'll work, then we're with you.
Good. Now we just gotta wait here for the eternal weapons to be used, and the plan to save the world will begin.
What did you do? How did that journal machine get there? You placed it and turned my people against me. Why?
It wasn't him. It was me. I placed the journal, and I told the Axis you betrayed our civilization.
Why? Why would you ever do something like that to me? I thought you were the only one I could trust in this. What? Clown, what is this?
And over the sword in the boat, Tabby.
How do you know for certain that Tabby will give up the eternal sword and the eternal bow?
Because I think I have a good idea of what she's going through. She's probably just finding out now that her best friend has been a sword this entire time. So to her, the eternal weapons and the plan to wipe out the swords, they don't mean anything anymore.
Your anger for the swords is all you've known. But since we're friends, I thought I'd leave you with a gift. The netherite sword stole your life. It's only fair that I repay that debt. So your anger for the swords dies here with me. And you can live on knowing I was never your enemy.
Before we go through with this, you don't happen to have a spare video journal on you, do you?
I thought the Diamond Swords and I were gonna stand here looking all cool, waiting for the eternal weapons to be used, but they just left me. Granted, we've been waiting for a while, and I actually have no clue when the eternal weapons are gonna be used. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know how I'm gonna know if the eternal weapons are used. I mean, there's gotta be some sort of signal, right? I don't know, I guess we'll see. Anyways, Wenbu told me I got a video journal message, which was surprising, because I don't really know who would be sending me messages. Maybe this is the signal from Clownpierce I was waiting for. Or it could just be Parrot having second thoughts about becoming a Diamond Sword. That guy can't seem to make up his mind. Alright, let's see what we got here. Wait, what is this?
Man, this is strange. Didn't think I'd ever be doing one of these, but, well, I guess you got your wish, right, Evbo? I don't know if this is gonna be any good or not, but I won't be around for much longer anyways, so I suppose it doesn't matter too much.
Not gonna be around for much longer. Hey, come on, what are you doing?
I'll admit, I was a little scared when Clownpierce said this would be a one-way trip, but I don't know. Something inside of me seemed to be waiting for the chance to finally do something good for this world.
No, come on, this is not real. He has to be waiting at that door, right? He has to be.
For a while, I've been wondering what it means to be a shield in PvP Civilization. It didn't make sense to me that our only purpose as shields was to make the lives harder for the players fighting to survive in PvP Civilization. But when I met that diamond level shield, I realized we do have a purpose. We just lost our way.
Come on, you're not dying on me like this. You're not just gonna leave me a message.
Somewhere in our past, shields used to be the ones to protect people. The ones to provide some sort of balance to this world. And when I look back at our journey, well, I didn't really do that job at all. But I'm not gonna have that be what I'm remembered for. Not by you, at least. You and Clownpierce are giving everything you have to this plan to save the world. Using the eternal weapons will cost him his life. And if he succeeds, you'll be giving your life to PvP Civilization every single day. So it wouldn't be fair for me to stop that from happening just to save my own life. After each eternal weapon is used, they all go back to their own civilizations. But I am the shield, so I guess I'll just disappear, maybe? Man, I can't believe how much I sound like you right now, when you just start saying anything that comes to mind. Oh, this journal is definitely getting too long. Maybe not for your standards, but definitely for mine. So I'm just gonna wrap this up. I hope you go on to save a lot of lives. And to be honest, I'm confident that you will, because I don't think there's anyone out there that comes close to your ability to die. Actually, you know what's funny? When you were a wooden sword, I bet on you to die.
Open the door. Come on, please just open the door.
Well, now, I'm betting on you to live. Oh, and one last thing. My name is Teddy. I guess that makes us friends now.
I stood in front of the guard door waiting for it to open, but as much as I yelled and as much as I hit it with my sword, nothing happened. I didn't know it at the time, but that fifth boom I heard was the last thing I would ever hear from my guard friend. No, the last thing I would hear from Teddy ever again. If I had known that, I wouldn't have spent as much time as I did swinging at a door that would never open. To my surprise, well, I guess it shouldn't be a surprise given the fact that I stood there for such a long time, but the door ended up opening. I don't know how she got there, but I turned around to see someone just as broken as I was staring back at me. Both of us had just lost, and there was nothing more to say. I don't know what Clownpierce told Tabby right before he died, but whatever he said brought back the look I saw in Tabby when we were both swords. We barely spoke a word to each other, but I already knew she was gonna stick by my side. It didn't seem fair to me that I had to lose a friend just to get one back. But I guess there wasn't any other way around it. The only thing I could do from here is make sure Teddy's sacrifice meant something, and continue on with our plan to save the world, knowing it was only possible because of him. He bet his life on me, so with every PvP battle that comes my way, I'm not gonna forget that. Tabby and I ran into Parrot on the way back down to the Diamond Sword level. Now that he chose to drop down, the Sword Civilization was about to have everyone from just about every civilization. Honestly, I think Tabby being there is what gave Parrot the confidence to face the Diamond Swords as an outsider. But at the end of the day, what the other Diamond Swords thought about Tabby and Parrot being there didn't mean anything. The Diamond Swords trusted me enough to trust them. So, it's time to do this. It's time to save the world. The Diamond Swords aren't allowed to fight, but they do have a pretty big part in this plan, all thanks to Parrot. Every time I die, the Diamond Swords will be waiting for me outside my room at the wooden sword level. And every time I leave my room, they'll make sure no one else gets access to the respawn power before the door closes. So I can continue doing the first part of the plan, which is to give my life over and over until there's no more fighting in PvP Civilization. We ran to the center of our universe, and I watched as every Diamond Sword teleported back to the wooden sword level for the first times in their lives. But while they knew what they were doing, Tabby still had no idea what her role was.
I don't get it. Where are you and I going if it's not back to the wooden sword level?
Well, you just gotta follow me. You might not like this, but we're actually going to the top of this place. We made it to the top of the structure that would be my deathbed for the rest of my life. And I looked up to see that the statue of the once broken eternal sword was now fully formed again. Probably a good sign that Clownpierce's wish came true.
You and Clownpierce made us both enemies to the entire world. Why?
Because we need the whole world's attention to be on me if I'm gonna save them. From now on, I'm dedicating my life to giving my sword durability to everyone in PvP Civilization. But the only way I can effectively do that is if I fight everyone from the bows, axes, and tridents to the point where they can't fight back. It's not gonna be easy, and I don't have much time left. By now, every civilization should have ownership of their eternal weapon. As soon as they get their hands on them, they'll all be coming here to get rid of me permanently.
How is that even a plan? You won't stand a chance fighting all civilizations by yourself, and asking me to help would be asking me to die.
I don't expect you to fight with me. Honestly, I don't want you to. All I'm asking for is a favor. If I survive, I want you to be the one to get rid of me.
Why? Why do I have to be the one to do it?
If you're the one that gets rid of me, I'll have a guarantee that I can respawn, and I can save more lives. If you don't want to go through with this, I'll understand, but you have to make up your mind before it's too late.
You make it sound like this is easy. I either have to let you die, or I have to let myself die if I fight with you.
Then let me make it for you. You're not fighting with me. If you leave now and hide in the Sword Civilization, everyone will forget about you. You've saved my life too many times to count, so just give me the chance to save yours for once. Just trust me, I can hold my own. I don't care what weapon they have. I can fight back. Come on, Tabby, you have to get out of here. Please, just go. I'll be fine. I can do this. Wait, Tabby, before you go, I want you to know something. No one's ever asked me if it hurts every time I die. And the truth is, it does. But it's not as bad when I'm with you. As I watched people appear from every side, I realized I was happy Tabby left. After all, her helping me fight the other civilizations wasn't even a guaranteed part of the plan. At the end of the day, I feel better knowing that she can live a life without battle, and she shouldn't bear the burden of watching her best friend die over and over again, which is why I have to win. Dying saves the lives of everyone else, but staying alive saves Tabby's. So, I'm gonna do both. Alright, 3 bows, 5 axes, 4 tridents. Nothing I can't handle by myself. Tabby, wait! We need them alive for this to work! Please! Well, that wasn't that bad, right?
Seriously?
Sorry, yeah, that was pretty tough. But the good news is it only gets easier from here. 1,561 PvP attacks. That's how much life I give each player every time I die as a diamond sword. No matter who it is, it could be a diamond axe, it could be a bow, or a trident. Anyone who receives my durability will completely regenerate their lifespan, which is why me being a diamond sword makes me the best person for this job of dying over and over again. Speaking of that job, well, I'm getting better at it. I haven't convinced the world that I'm not the enemy yet, but at least the other civilizations stopped attacking me all at once. It's kind of strange. I mean, my goal is to have everyone not want to fight me, but because I've been fighting everyone so much, I've gotten extraordinarily good at PvP. Honestly, since I've gotten so good, I've already noticed that people aren't giving their all in their fights, which could mean we're one step closer to my plan of having them just accept my sword durability without fighting. But we haven't gotten there yet, so for now, my days will look quite similar for a while. I wake up as a wooden sword, and I get to see which one of my friends is guarding my room. Thanks to them, they'll wait till the door is closed so no one can steal the respawn ability. And then I fight back against the player who I ultimately want to give my durability to. Nowadays, I do a lot of the fighting myself, but if I ever feel myself losing a battle, well, let's just say there's only one person in this world I'm allowed to die by. I've done a lot of things in PvP Civilization, but the one thing I haven't done yet is make everyone realize that no one has any enemies in this world.
You never did check out the PvP marketplace in the Axe Civilization.
Oh man, you're right. Well, I guess that's two things I haven't done. But now that I see how far my sword durability goes when it comes to lengthening people's lifespans, that one will have to stay unchecked. Durability spent at the PvP marketplace could be the difference between life and death for someone in PvP Civilization. So, I'm done wasting attacks. You know what? I take it back. There is one more thing I haven't done. I haven't gotten myself to finish the journal. I guess it's finally time we sign off for good, right? After all, we do need a proper ending. So, I guess this is the time I say goodbye. This has been the story of PvP Civilization, and until next time,
I'm gonna make sure Evbo doesn't die, other than the times when he's supposed to die.
I'm gonna make sure Evbo dies, other than the times when he's not supposed to die.
I'm gonna work on repairing the relationship between the bows and the swords. If the bows stop seeing the swords as the enemy, maybe the other civilizations will follow suit. Also, I'm keeping an eye on the bow named Toph to see if we can trust him.
I am never going back to the bow civilization. This place is amazing. My next goal is to buy a mansion here. As of now, the diamond swords don't want to give me more durability yet, so I'm kind of stuck here with just a few PvP attacks. They do feed me for free though, so I'm not complaining.
Signing off.
now you can't just say signing off when you haven't said anything.
I'm probably just gonna use Evbo's extra durability to shop. I mean, now that he's done wasting PvP attacks, someone's gotta be the one to do it.
I think I will try improving the way I communicate with others. I've been told I often come across as very monotone.
And well, you already know what I'm gonna do. Signing off.